Country with some regret, as this is the pleasantest time of the year for being there, and everything was looking green and beautiful. We came in ourselves in a loaded carriage, and in advance 14 asses loaded with boxes, 4 Indians with ditto, and 2 enormous loaded carts, one drawn by 4 and another by 8 mules. We were a regular caravan, as our friend the alcalde called us. Imagine the days of packing and unpacking consequent thereupon. On the first of July the victory gained by the government over the Federalist party was celebrated with great éclat. The president was presented with a diamond cross, valued at $6,000, and General Valencia with a splendid jewel-hilted sword of great value. Yesterday morning, says the newspaper of the day, a general pealing of the bells and the usual salutes announced to the capital that it was a day of rewards and of universal joy. At 12 o'clock His Excellency the President of the Republic went to the palace to fulfill the formality of closing the sessions and to receive from the hands of the President of the Chamber of Deputies the diploma and cross of honor mentioned in the decrees of the 2nd of March and 2nd of May of this year. An immense multitude occupied the galleries, and the President, Don J. M. María Bravo, addressed His Excellency General Bustamante in the following speech: Citizen General and illustrious President, nations never forget the distinguished services that are done to them, nor fail to reward those heroic actions performed for the common good. Sooner or later they show themselves grateful, and reward as they ought their good and valiant servants. The Mexican nation has not forgotten yours, and its Congress has ever borne in mind those which you performed for it at that happy period when the unfortunate hero of Iguala, causing the voice of freedom to resound to the remotest lands of the Mexican territory, gave a terrible lesson to those who wish to subdue weak nations, with no other title than that of strength. You were one of the first and most valiant chiefs who, placed by his side, assisted in this important and happy work. You it was who showed to the tyrant in the fields of Huchi, Azcapotzalco, and others, that the sword of the Mexicans, once unsheathed for liberty and justice, fights without softening or breaking, and knows how to triumph over its enemies, even when superior forces oppose it. You it was, in short, who with intrepid valor cooperated in re-establishing a liberty which, torn from the ancient children of the soil, was converted by their oppressors into a hard and shameful tyranny. History has already consecrated her pages to you. She will record to posterity your heroic deeds, and Congress has already busied itself in rewarding such interesting services. If some Mexicans erring in their opinions by a fatality in this country, have disowned them, making an attempt against your personal liberty, notwithstanding the dignity of the first magistrate, trampling upon laws and overturning order, they have at length been obliged to respect you, and your valor, firmness, and decision have made them preserve the consideration due to an ancient chief of our independence, and to a first magistrate who has known how to set an example of subordination to the laws, and to give with dignity lessons of valor and of honorable conduct. A diploma and a cross are the rewards which the Sovereign Congress has decreed for these services and merits. Do not regard in the one the effaceable characters in which it is written, nor be dazzled by the brilliancy of the other. See in both a proof of your country's gratitude, and engraving it in your soul, continue to give testimonies to your country that she is the first object of your care, that your watchings, fatigues, and labours are dedicated only to procure for her those benefits which may bring about the durable and solid peace that she so desires, and for which you would, if necessary, sacrifice yourself on her altars. Do not forget that today she shows herself grateful, and that this is the day decreed by the august national representative body to put you in possession of the title and insignia which manifests her gratitude. I, in the name of the Congress, congratulate you on this fortunate event, and having the honor to fulfill the desire of the sovereign power, place in your hands this diploma of deserving reward from your country, and give you possession of this cross. His Excellency, having received the diploma and cross above mentioned, with his native modesty, replied thus: "In hearing, by the organ of the august national representation, the great encomiums with which it favours me, putting me, at the same time, in possession of these precious gifts, my soul overflows with ineffable pleasure, and is overwhelmed with the deepest gratitude. My satisfaction and my glory are immense. What could I have done that thus the generous hand of the representatives of the Mexican people should load me with honours? Have my trifling services been able to fix the attention of the country, on whose altars have been sacrificed so many and such illustrious heroes of liberty? My glory would have been yet greater, had I, like them, descended to the sepulchre, when the sun of victory brightened the existence of this sovereign and independent nation, to the glory of the universe. The honours which I receive to day are certainly great, but I should have preferred them before the never sufficiently mourned catastrophe of the immortal Yturbide. Let us throw a thick veil over so irreparable a loss. It is true that, surviving such great misfortunes, I have been enabled to consecrate my existence and my vigilance to the peace, order, and felicity of this beloved country. But how difficult is the conduct of those who govern in the midst of the conflict of civil dissensions! In these my conscience has chosen, and my resolution has never vacillated between ignominy and honour. Do I on this account deserve the national gratitude and munificence manifested by such distinguished rewards? I return for them, to the representatives of the nation, my frankest gratitude, fixing my mind only on the grandeur and benevolence of the sovereign power which rewards me in the sacred name of the country. I shall preserve till death these precious objects which render my name illustrious, as a soldier and as a supreme magistrate. They will stimulate me more and more every day to all kinds of sacrifices, even to the giving up my life should it be necessary, that I may not be unworthy of the favourable conception and of the recompense with which the worthy representatives of so magnanimous a nation have today honoured me. Receive, gentlemen, this frank manifestation of my sentiments and of my fervent vows for the felicity of the republic, with the most sincere protestations of my eternal gratitude. The liveliest emotions of satisfaction (I still quote from the Diario) followed this expressive discourse. Joy was painted on every countenance. The frank satisfaction which every one felt, gave to this act a solemnity which words are incapable of describing. His Excellency, accompanied by the corporations and by a brilliant and numerous concourse, then passed to the hall of the court martial, to put in possession of his Excellency General D. Gabriel Valencia the sword of honour which the august national representation had granted him for his loyal and valiant conduct in the affair of July of 1840. His Excellency the President began this ceremony by expressing his sentiments to His Excellency the Jefe de la Plana Mayor, head of the staff, in these terms: "Citizen General, in this day, the most flattering of my life, in which the august representatives of the nation have just put me in possession of the rewards granted to my small services, I fulfil the law which imposes upon me the grateful task of presenting you with the sword of honour, with which their munificence has also chosen to remunerate yours. Receive it as the distinguished reward of your loyalty, and of the valour with which you fought at that memorable period, from the 15th to the 26th of July, defending with bravery the Constitution and supreme powers of the Republic. I congratulate myself with you, not doubting that you will always employ the edge of this steel in defence of the honour, of the sacred rights, and of the laws of this country. Yes, General, of this beloved country to whom we owe all kinds of sacrifices. Yes, of this beloved mother who now more than ever reclaims the fraternal union of all her children to conquer the internal and external enemies who oppose her felicity and aggrandizement, let us pledge ourselves to correspond thankfully to the generosity with which the representatives of the nation have rewarded us, and let us march united in the same path which honor and duty traced out for us in that day of honorable memory for the defenders of the laws. Eternal